Hi, this is Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, back with a preview for the three biggest national TV games in college football for this Saturday, December 5th. I'm going to give you a preview and analysis for the matchups along with my power ratings of where the line value is with all three of these games in just a moment. Quick reminder, if you want my official best bets, the games that I am personally using as strong best bets this Saturday in college football, also Sunday pro football, go to my page right now at WagerTalk.com. Don't forget also college basketball off to an 80% start this year for my clients. Don't forget about college basketball. It's in full swing each and every day as well. On my best bet page right now at WagerTalk.com. Let's look at a Big Ten matchup for Saturday afternoon at 3:30 Eastern on ABC/ESPN. This probably would have been the most important game of the week, as it's the only two really top battle of Power 5, top 25 teams in the same game, Indiana at Wisconsin. But unfortunately, Indiana's lost their starting quarterback. Penix is out with an ACL injury. Tuttle, the backup, is now in. Good news is Tuttle's 100% this year. He's 5 for 5 in limited action. He only threw 11 passes last year in 2019 as the third stringer. He's thrown only 5 this year as the second stringer. So it's a tricky game to handicap. All things equal, my power rankings on this game was 12.5. The current line is 14. So there would be value with Indiana in a normal situation, but it's just hard to know how much of a downgrade Tuttle is at quarterback. Now, he was a higher recruit coming out of high school than Penix, the normal starter. So there might not be much of a letdown. But I'm not willing to take that chance. And this is the game where I'd probably look at Wisconsin or pass just due to that uncertainty. Badgers coming in this game off a bad loss against Northwestern 2 weeks ago. Keep in mind, though, the Big Ten had put out the note that all teams had to play at least 6 games to be eligible for the Big Ten championship game. Did not look like Wisconsin was going to get to 6 games this season. You have to wonder if that really weighed on them in that Northwestern loss. And I think it did. They had 5 turnovers in that loss. They still held Northwestern to just 24 rushing yards on 23 attempts. Indiana has struggled to run the ball this year, and now with a backup quarterback, it's going to be even harder for them as Wisconsin will stack that line of scrimmage. So even though this line is a little high based on my true power ratings, it might not be high enough. And if you like Wisconsin, I'd play it now at 14 or less. I'd be very surprised if it doesn't hit 14.5 or higher on Saturday when the public comes in on the Badgers. Big game Saturday night in the SEC between LSU and Alabama. This kicks off at 8 p.m. Eastern Saturday night. I had a strong best bet last week on Alabama. I also mentioned right here on this video that there was line value with the Crimson Tide last week against Auburn. I made that line 27. They went off as only a 24.5 point favorite. You cashed here on this video. More importantly, my clients cashed as a best bet winner on Alabama. They were up 42-6 late in that game. They made it close, though. Auburn almost got the backdoor cover, lost by only 29. This week, it's another revenge spot for Alabama. That's one of the reasons I really liked them last week. We had line value, and we had the strong revenge angle against Auburn. We had the strong revenge angle again here against LSU, but unfortunately, there is no longer any line value. In fact, my power ratings favor Alabama by just 26.5 in this game, so there is line value with LSU here at more than 4 touchdowns, currently 28.5 to 29. With that said, though, I still would not touch the Tigers in this game. It would be Alabama or pass for me. Unfortunately, though, the line is inflated, and I could see LSU getting that backdoor cover and losing by exactly 28 points. Keep in mind, LSU backdoored Texas A&M last week. A&M went off as high as a 15.5 point favorite. They're up 20-0 late. LSU gets the meaningless touchdown to lose by 13. Now, I'm not sure they can do that again, though, against a very good Alabama defense. LSU's offense continues to struggle. They have absolutely nothing to play for. They're 3-4 in the year after winning the national championship last year. So once again, even though this line is too high, the line value is with LSU. It's probably either Alabama or pass for me in this revenge spot on Saturday night. Big game in the Big 12 on Saturday afternoon at 3:30 Eastern between West Virginia and Iowa State. Cyclones currently a 6.5 to 7 point favorite. It's been toggling back and forth around that key number of a touchdown. My power ratings actually favor Iowa State by 8.5 points in this game. So I do think there's a little bit of line value with Iowa State in this one, but I'm not sure I'd want to lay more than a touchdown in what could be a low-scoring defensive battle. West Virginia might be just 5-3 on the season, but they've been a great defensive team. They've allowed just 17.5 points a game, less than 4.5 yards per play, and they're not wearing down. Each of the last 3 weeks, they've allowed 17 or less. Actually, in 4 of their last 5 games, they've allowed 17 or less. So the line value does favor Iowa State here, but I'm not willing to take a touchdown favorite against a good defensive dog like West Virginia. The better way to play this game actually could be the total. It's 49. I think this could be a defensive battle here, and under 49 actually has some value based on my power ratings as well. Once again, that goes at 3:30 Eastern Saturday afternoon. Don't forget, if you want my official best bets, the actual games I am personally using this Saturday in college football, go to my page right now at WagerTalk.com. Also get my Sunday pro football best bets as well. And don't forget, college basketball off to an 80% start this season, red hot in college hoops. My personal best bets, the strongest games on the board that I am actually using this weekend right now at WagerTalk.com. Steve Merril signing off for this week's edition of College Football Primetime 3-Pack. Don't forget, I have an NFL Public 3-Pack video as well on WagerTalk TV. I've been doing those the past couple of weeks, a perfect 7-0 in the NFL this year, playing against those public teams. I've got this week's video available right now as well on WagerTalk TV. Good luck.